continuing to do little offerings to send us into Zazen, which I'm enjoying, and I hope you are too. So I'm going to read to you from Thich Nhat Hanh's Be Free Where You Are. And this is what he said in a Maryland Correctional Institute to prisoners about Zazen. We are all prisoners of our own delusions, so the art of handling a storm. When a storm comes, it stays for some time and then it goes. And emotion is like that too. It comes and stays for a while and then it goes. An emotion is only an emotion. We don't die because of one emotion. We are much, much more than an emotion. So when you notice that an emotion is beginning to come up, it is very important that you put yourself in a stable sitting position and then focus your attention on your belly. Your head is like the top of a tree in a storm. I would not stay there. Bring your attention down to the trunk of the tree where there is stability. When you have focused on your belly, bring your attention down to the level that is just below the navel and begin to practice mindful breathing. Breathing in and breathing out deeply, be aware of the rise and fall of the abdomen. After some time, the emotion will go away. This is a very effective practice. But please remember one thing. Don't wait until you have a strong emotion to practice. If you do, you will not remember how to practice. You have to practice now, today, while you are feeling fine, when you are not dealing with any strong emotion. This is the time to begin learning the practice. Once your practice becomes a habit, you will feel as though you are missing something when you don't do it. It will bring you well-being and stability. And if you know the practice, you will be able to generate the energy of stability, and you will be able to hold another person's hand and transmit to him or her the energy of your stability. You can help that person cross out of the eye of storm. It may help save someone's life. This is a simple exercise, but very, very important. So, announcements. This Sunday is the April all-day sit at Open Sky, and we're celebrating Buddha's birthday. So please, if you can, come. It's Buddha's birthday is celebrated by Buddhists this time of year all over the world, and it's a really lovely, wonderful thing to do. And we'll decorate the pagoda, and we'll bathe the baby Buddha, and we'll wake up with and for all beings. I'll talk about the May 3rd at Pepperwood after the all-day sit at Open Sky, because I really hope that people, that we don't choose to do one and not the other. So please come as much as you can. Next Tuesday, Constance is giving a talk on anger from Thich Nhat Hanh's book on anger. I think it's next Tuesday, and then you're next Thursday.
I thought she thought it was.
Is it the one after? It is the one after.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Sorry, Cotton, she's not here, but yeah. So I'll give the talk next Tuesday. Marianne will give the talk on fear on Thursday, and Constance, who also wanted to do fear, said, "Oh, I guess I can do anger," because anger is one that lots of people. I notice often when we do the precept of anger and sexuality, people often don't show up when we do the precept. I just noticed it over the years. I'm not commenting. Anyway. Constance is being very brave, and she's going to talk about anger for all of us.
Chris, can I give a quick announcement too?
Uh-huh.
Just from the finance team perspective, if it is at all challenging for you to give Donna for having like multiple sits in the same month,
Oh, yeah.
please know that when it says no one is turned away, we legitimately mean that. And if we're in a position where we're worried, we'll let you know. But if you would like to participate and you're like, I financially can't do it, yes you can. We can all hold each other, so please don't let that be a stopping point.
That's really important. Thank you for
It's really
thank you
important.
for saying that.
If I'm right, we don't keep track of who paid and who
Exactly,
didn't.
exactly. We have no clue, but I just know that people really care and they want to offer Donna, and just know that that is, please don't let that stop you. Then that goes against everything that we're trying to achieve. And
There you
remind
go. Yeah.
me or someone to say that on Tuesday
Yeah,
as well.
yeah, well said. Okay, so we are I'm find I don't want to let go of the 50th verse of Thich Nhat Hanh's Understanding the Mind that arose out of Vasubandhu's Yogacara. When we realize that afflictions are no other than enlightenment, we can ride the waves of birth and death in peace. And here's where traveling in the boat of compassion on the ocean of delusion. So here we are, stable in our little boat of compassion on the storms, the oceans of delusion, smiling the smile of non-fear. It's such a great, even if you're wildly being tossed all over the place and you're not smiling or whatever, anger, fear, whatever, there is this place that Thich Nhat Hanh keeps pointing us towards, and that this is the path and the way of the Bodhisattva. He reminds us that in the world of pain and grief, bodhisattvas are still able to smile with compassion and fearlessness, which actually is a lot what Thich Nhat Hanh was encouraging the prisoners to be in. Be the bodhisattva. Find your stability in the boat of compassion, and if we can find a moment of stability, the whole world stabilizes. That's our practice and our joyful job forever. So I haven't specifically said it, but I've been kind of working our way through peace is every step, the path of mindfulness in everyday life. And first part, breathe, you are alive. The second, transformation and healing. And today and next Tuesday is peace is every step. So I want to read you sections, Thich Nhat Hanh's wisdom, which you can agree with or not agree with. I mean, don't ever take any, well, we'll get to that, because at the end there's precepts. He has his own particular precepts, so we'll get to touch this. Interbeing. If you are a poet, you will clearly see that there is a cloud floating on this sheet of paper. Without a cloud, there will be no rain. Without rain, the trees cannot grow, and without trees, we cannot make paper. The cloud is essential for the paper to exist. If the cloud is not here, the sheet of paper cannot be here either. So we can say that the cloud and the paper are. Interbeing is a word that is not in the dictionary yet, although I'll bet it is now, thanks to Thich Nhat Hanh. If we combine the prefix inter with the verb to be, we have a new verb, interbe. Notice that it's a verb. Everything is a verb. Flowers and garbage. Defiled or immaculate, dirty or pure, these are concepts we form in our mind. A beautiful rose we have just cut and placed in our vase is pure. So many amazing roses right now. It smells so good and fresh. A garbage can is the opposite. It smells horrible and it is filled with rotten things. But that is only when we look on the surface. If we look more deeply, we will see that in just 5 or 6 days, the rose will become part of the garbage. We do not need to wait 5 days to see it. If we just look at the rose and we look deeply, we can see it now. And if you look into the garbage can, you see that in a few months its contents can be transformed into lovely vegetables and even a rose. A good compost pile is one of the most amazing things on the whole earth. I mean, I should go find a good compost pile and stick your hands into it. So flowers and garbage need each other. The rose and the garbage are equal. The garbage is just as precious as the rose. If we look deeply at the concept of defilement and immaculateness, we return to the notion of interbeing. Not two. It's one of Marianne's favorites. I looked over the minute I said it, her whole face lit up. It's one of Marianne's guiding phrases. When we want to observe something, we cannot just stand outside and observe it. We have to enter deeply into it and be one with it in order to really understand it. If we want to understand a person, we have to feel their feelings, suffer their sufferings, and enjoy their joy. The word comprehend is made up of the Latin roots cum, which means with, and prehendere, which means to grasp it or pick it up. To comprehend something means to pick it up and be one with it. There is no other way to understand something. In Buddhism, we call this kind of understanding non-duality, not two. You cannot just stand outside and observe it. Self or, quote, other. We need the vision of interbeing. We belong to each other. We cannot cut reality into pieces. The well-being of this is the well-being of that, so we have to do things together. Every side is our side. There is no evil side. Maybe I'll say that again. Every side is our side. There is no evil side. I will also just bring forward that it's so beautiful to me that when you sew a rakusu, you start with a whole piece of cloth and you cut it all up, and then you sew it back together again with a vow. It's just such a beautiful metaphor of lots of separate pieces, and it's one vow. I take refuge, plunging in over and over to this moment. And then we wear it on our bodies that are in this little boat of compassion. Our body is not limited to what is inside the boundary of our skin. It is much more immense. It includes even the layer of air around our earth. For if the atmosphere were to disappear for even an instant, our life would end. There is no phenomena in the universe that does not intimately concern us. There is no phenomena in the universe that does not intimately concern us, from a pebble resting at the bottom of the ocean to the movement of a galaxy millions of light years away. So great we have practice, which is meditation, which is continuous, ongoing, forever meditation, which is to look deeply into things and to see how we can change ourselves and how we can transform our situation. To transform our situation is also to transform our minds. To transform our minds is also to transform our situation, because the situation is the mind and the mind is the situation. Remember, it's all projection. Awakening is important. The nature of the bombs, the nature of injustice, and the nature of our own being are the same, not two. We need harmony and we need peace. Peace is based on respect for life, the spirit of reverence for life. Not only do we have to respect the lives of human beings, we have to respect the lives of animals, vegetables, and minerals. Rocks can be alive. A rock can be destroyed. The earth also. Respect the spirit, respect for life, the spirit of reverence for life. You'll know Thich Nhat Hanh's poem, Please Call Me by My True Names. I hadn't read it for a while because I thought I know that poem. And then I can't remember where I was just this week, I think, and for some reason I ended up reading it. And I'm going to read it again just because it is rather remarkable. Thich Nhat Hanh says, the title of the poem is Please Call Me by My True Names, because I have so many names. When I hear one of these names, I have to say yes. Do not say that I'll depart tomorrow, because even today I still arrive. Look deeply. I arrive in every second to be a bud on a spring branch, to be a tiny bird with wings still fragile, learning to sing in my new nest, to be a caterpillar in the heart of a flower, to be a jewel hiding itself in a stone. I still arrive in order to laugh and to cry, in order to fear and to hope. The rhythm of my heart is the birth and death of all that are alive. I am the mayfly metamorphosizing on the surface of the river, and I am the bird which, when spring comes, arrives in time to eat the mayfly. I am the frog swimming happily in the clear pond, and I am also the grass snake who, approaching in silence, feeds itself on the frog. I am the child in Uganda, all skin and bones, my legs as thin as bamboo sticks. And I am the arms merchant selling deadly weapons to Uganda. I am the 12-year-old girl, refugee on a small boat who throws herself into the ocean after being raped by a sea pirate. And I am the pirate, my heart not yet capable of seeing and loving. I am a member of the Politburo with plenty of power in my hands. And I am the man who has to pay his debt of blood to my people, dying slowly in a forced labor camp. Debt of blood is in quotes. My joy is like spring, so warm it makes flowers bloom in all walks of life. My pain is like a river of tears, so full it fills the 4 oceans. Please call me by my true name so I can hear all my cries and laughs at once, so I can see that my joy and pain are one. Please call me by my true name so I can wake up, and so the door of my heart can be left open, the door of compassion. It's amazing. And it came out of hell. I mean, he wrote this because he lived through the hell of the Vietnam War. So, love in action. Thich Nhat Hanh calls them 14 precepts of the order of interbeing. So I thought, I'm just going to do, I'm not going to read it in its entirety, but I'm going to bring forward the tastes of the 14. So listen, and then we'll have a little time before we do service to say what it stirs in our hearts. 1. Do not be adulterous about or bound to any doctrine, theory, or ideology. All systems of thought are guiding means. They are not absolute truth. 2. Do not think the knowledge you presently possess is changeless, absolute truth. Truth is found in life. Be ready to learn throughout your entire life and to observe reality in yourself and in the world at all times. 3, do not force views on any others, including children. The way is compassionate dialogue. 4, do not avoid contact with suffering or close your eyes before suffering. Find ways to be with those who are suffering. And awaken yourself and others to the reality of suffering in the world. 5, live simply and share time, energy, and material resources with those who are in need. 6, do not maintain anger or hatred. Learn to penetrate and transform them while they are still seeds in your consciousness. 7, practice mindful breathing in order to come back to what is happening in the present moment. Do not lose yourself in dispersion and in your surroundings. 8, do not utter words that can create discord and cause the community to break. Make every effort to reconcile and resolve all conflicts, however small. 9, do not say untruthful things for the sake of personal interest or to impress people. Do not utter words that cause division and hatred. And always speak truthfully and constructively. Have the courage to speak out about situations of injustice, even when doing so may threaten your own safety. 10, do not use the religious community for personal gain or profit or transform your community into a political party. A religious community should, however, take a clear stand against oppression and injustice and should strive to change the situation without engaging in partisan conflicts. 11. Do not live with a vocation that is harmful to humans and nature. Do not invest in companies that deprive others of their chance to live. 12. Do not kill. Do not let others kill. Find whatever means possible to protect life and prevent war. Pope Leo is being an amazing example of this. 13. Possess nothing that should belong to others. Respect the property of others, but prevent others from enriching themselves from human suffering or the suffering of other beings. And 14, do not mistreat your body. Do not look on your body or anyone else's body as an object. Preserve the happiness of others, respect the rights and commitment of others. So maybe we've got some time before we move into service. Maybe stay together in a group today. And just what's here? What comes up? What stirs in you? What makes you say yes? Where do you get, not you, me, us? What causes discomfort? Or whatever else.